Why I don't give you catnip? Borderline retarded. Why you Papa looking at me like that? I didn't mean to call him retarded, y'all. He didn't want. I'm not to set up some GoPros and just record his ass. He looked at me like that. I didn't mean that, little bro. See, I had just got to working out a little bit and took a little nap and working out some weights. I ain't go over no 35. That was about it. 50s, no nothing but reps, push-ups. I was doing what they call 10s and 22s and side crunches. I don't do regular sit-ups no more, y'all. How do you call it? High knee stepping in place for about 5 minutes at a time. And this is just me starting back. I mean, I still always did Tai Chi and Falun Gong, Qigong and all that crap. And I meditated and I recorded it, but I'm not gonna upload it. I'd rather do it live where I can walk you through it quickly. You must adapt. There's no way around it. Ain't none of that. Can you slow down for me? You know, you gotta get off the yellow bus, little yellow bus, and comment on my video. Okay. And you know, let me see what the fuck they say. Excuse me. Like I give 2 Fs, and I don't think they get it. I don't give a fuck. They really, really don't get it. No. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, no, it's respect. It's respect. Okay, okay. Yeah, bro, yeah. Star, yes, amigo. Yes. Ah, dude, that's crazy. I know. Excuse me, y'all. I'm replying because I reply just like y'all. I reply to everybody. No, that's some different stuff. I know. I'm actually doing a physical reply. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it is the true race. That's right. It is the true. But now, people might not like this, but the Mississippi, that's drying up. It's not literally drying up, they're draining it. And it is the actual Euphrates. It is the Nile, regardless of what people believe or not. I don't really care anymore. You know, like, for those people who don't believe, do you think I care? I don't. Appreciate you. I appreciate everybody, y'all. You know? And I subscribe to everybody. I'm just that way. On here, I think I just subscribed to like 3 of y'all, whoever comes in. I'm gonna let that play and shut the hell up. Oh, wow. This is my boy, my brother's ex-girl. Yeah, but it's yes, but no. Definitely no. This is on a post I did about. I did Chinese. There's a post, and the guy's using cow gut manure, which is very high fibrous, and it's not that it's bad, but what the cow's pooping out has no use for you. And he takes his bean curd or his tofu, and he does a charcoal with the wheat, and he filters it out after he strains and brings the rest of the liquid from the fermented stomach bile, and he adds the charcoal, and then he uses that to season and saute, I guess, for 12, 24 hours with the excrement from the cow's gut and the charcoal, which is so-called purified it. Plus, it's like a fermentation, but it's not natural. White mold won't kill you. Black mold will mess you up. And she commented, because she knows literally, you know, she used to live out in Slab City. So I had to say yes, but no. That is not what we do. I share all my stuff. I have no secrets. I have nothing hidden from you. And I never will. They gave me an account warning on TikTok, and I wrote to TikTok, I told you, kiss my ass, fuck you, get rid of the account. Fuck you. Excuse my French, literally. And I made a video saying, TikTok, fuck you, Chinese bastards. Do what you gotta do, motherfuckers. It ain't changing nothing. And it's still there. It's not bragging. I just don't care. I can't empathize with these motherfuckers. Nobody who's acting like an enemy and causing caustic shit. I don't respect nobody who's watching who knows this. Like, you think I care? I know, like, sadistic people going, I can make you care. No, you can't. I bet I'll flip you. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. American AJ, what's going on, everybody? What's happening? Let me go shout out Mama Red, Rondo. Well, at least I know where the 3 likes came from. What's wrong with the rest of you 3 motherfuckers? Pan fries, pale skin, you Mongol, huh? You Chinese or something? Look, I love all my people. I love all the people on earth, but I say what I say with meaning. And if you're bothered by it, take your little broken, fractured ass elsewhere. Not like I give a fuck. Willie D, you there? You want to have an open source debate? You know you damn well don't. I don't do debates. Usually what I do is I fuck people up. I remember being on 42nd Street, around all them goofy pan fries. And then when I started telling history and showing maps, everybody looked at me like this. Yeah. Motherfuckers don't want no smoke. Real smoke. From the tenderloin. Fuck wrong with y'all? I had to get my medicinal. I'm an old cowboy. And hey, y'all don't see me with my cowboy hats on, my Stetson, my boots or whatever, my gator skins or whatever. But when I go out, I usually have them on, and usually when I'm in the truck and I do a video, I used to put a ball cap on because I don't want to have people too shook. This is my old chopping down tree shirt right here. My lumberjack, you know. And he had the whole punk ass fake blood and crip come along wearing out flannels like that's some kind of gang related shit. That's the game. pissed me off. And red's my favorite fucking color. I was like, what the fuck? Disrespecting my ancestral heritage, motherfuckers. You got me fucked up. One time about LA, one talking about, yo, what set you rep? I said, nigga, I said, boy, and I was about to just break his fucking jaw. Just literally keep him, you know how you break somebody's jaw and have them wide awake where they stuck and their nerves freeze up? That's that small bone breaking shit. He didn't know nothing about me. He come with that bullshit. And I was strapped. I can't say what year it was. I had my belly songs. I'd have made meat work out of them. I said, nigga, if you don't get your ass away from me, man, this is my favorite color, going back to my family's generation of heritage. He just looked like this. You know, he didn't have to keep it tough, but the way he approached me, nigga, I don't know you, and I'm from here, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about what y'all doing, bro. Kill each other, bitch. Don't ever come at me like that. And his homie said, oh, he one of them. And I said, you might be too. 1980 motherfucking 8. When that shit started sprouting up on the East Coast, like them old weak ass retarded motherfuckers. I have no problem. Like Charles, unlike Charleston White, I know what he's saying. I know how gangs develop and who pushed them and who created them. I know the Masonic motherfuckers behind it. Oh yeah, I do. I know the government officials who portray, especially the FBI niggas. Some of them passed on if they didn't take them somewhere, and it's a sick disgrace. And some niggas post like they were in prison, they were not. I'm talking about motherfuckers affiliated to the high post. Still make their rounds, looking all old and shit. Carrying a Fed card. You better believe that shit. If them niggas were smart, they'd be like, yo, pops, let's check your pockets. And they might go out without it. But I guarantee you they there. They there. And they've been pushing the agenda. They don't give a fuck about conservative liberalism. I look at all them brothers that voted conservative in California. And there's still a lot of them there. And Chinese and Spanish. And I'm like, hold on. How are they still liberal? Where's that coming from? It makes no sense to me. I can't. And Arizona is definitely not no blue goddamn state. This motherfucker, ex-Navy motherfucker, he's a 33rd degree Mason. He's part of the fucking problem. Not that I care, but he is. APJR, where you at, baby boy? I don't see you nowhere. Where you at? Oh, I was doing the pause this. If anybody knows, like even in prison, like my father made sure I knew. He was always in Rikers Island, Vietnam vet. He made sure I knew how to do push-ups, just like my football coach and my first karate school, Shotokan. If you put your hands like this here, and you put your thumb, not straight out, just like this, and that balance causes an unstableness. And you go down and go all the way up and never lift your head up or anything, just straight. You work nothing but your chest. Dude, that's the first time I did a proper push-up yesterday and today in about 20 years, because I've been doing all that other crap, because I'm just Buckeye strong, all wide open and this, that, and the other, and pyramid bullshit. You don't have to do that unless you work in certain parts of your deltoid, you want to get striations and all that, then go ahead and do that. I'm not a bodybuilder anymore. I'm not a power lifter. That's what I was, a power lifter. I just wanted power. I wanted to like punch heavy bags and punch holes in the rawhide and the canvas. And I used to, like on the res, whenever I hit the heavy bag, my heavy bags, I gave 2 of them away before I came here. I got one hanging in the shed that I can't hang up in here. So I gave them away, and I had to duct tape them. I would hit them with my hands. I would not use gloves, even though I got tons of Everglass gloves and everything like that. People donated and all that because it was free martial arts and boxing I was teaching, so I wasn't getting no residual, And I did it all that time, and while I was in Millville, New Jersey, while I was becoming a Sabanam, a black belt in Taekwondo, and I became a black belt in Taekwondo in 9 months. This is a fact under Mr. Robert Schuler. Call him a Jew, whatever, I don't care. This guy used to put nails in the 70s or 60s through his arm and walk with buckets of water. So he's a quantum. So I did what nobody had did in Taekwondo, and I don't know how long. I think I was the first in 9 months. But see, they knew that I was teaching him Bushido, teaching him the way of the sword, kneeling, the proper respects and everything, how to draw and cut from the kneeling point, how to stand forward, cut, come back, just all that stuff that I had learned, and the 6-foot bow staff, which was my favorite. I can't jump up on it and do the little monkey shit no more, but that's when it comes to this, that's my shit. I got down to 195 pounds in front of my wife from 265 pounds. My wife at the time, she was a Christian woman. And I had lost that weight in 9 months to become exceptional in Taekwondo. Just through forms and everything. I practice forms at home every day. I got pictures in the backyard going through it, kicking up a dust storm. Have I been studying anything? No, not at all. I've been paying attention to myself, and that's why I keep telling y'all, all that information is within you. You'd be surprised. If you have any ancestors that were fighters, it's in your dinucleic acid, whatever, the DNA shit, okay? It's in there. It's in there like a map. Trust me. You know what I mean? Trust me. That's why I was so quick to be able to do it. I believe that now. At first, I didn't. I'm telling you, more powerful. You might be 1,000 times more powerful than me. Trust me. I meant to read this for you guys, so I'm not going to be disrespectful. I'm going to read it today. When I showed you the picture of the Theosophical Society yesterday, I should have encouraged to read it to you. Now, I've asked people for a long time, many years, to study up on them. And many people haven't, and some have. And the moment they have, they go, oh, wow, and they start finding out and figuring out, new information. So I'm going to actually read it. So you have a clear understanding of esoteric. And for those of you in the knowing, y'all should be speaking on this as well. It's very important. Trust me, it's very important. I just had a little crave, not for nicotine, just emotion of putting a tobacco pouch on my lip. I used to use free tobacco. This is mountain something medicinal, natural, wintergreen, and the other one's evergreen. So it's like the real shit. It's no nicotine, no tobacco, it's none of that shit. I think they stopped making it, but I have a whole bunch of it. So I'll probably end up selling that to people that might want it, because I'm not gonna do it all. There's no way in the world. Okay, so let me go ahead and read this. I'm gonna read this, and then we'll get into the reading. I'll decide something else I'm gonna have to. Okay, so it says, join our community. We are an international community of seekers. Together we share, support, learn, and grow in our humanity. Sign up today to receive the latest news, offers, interviews, and more. And this is the Theosophical Society. Now they have to, in order to have a clean cut compared to what they've actually done, they allow all walks. It's just like that which called Scientology bullshit. So anyway, their thing is seek, understand, transform, explore religion, philosophy, science, the arts. And there is no religion higher than the truth. Well, if the religion is truth, right? Determined, they know it's not. That's the whole thing. It's a gambit, the game. Yet they are not the truth. Practical Hermeticism, Mitch Horowitz. Practical Hermetism or Hermetism, esoteric philosophy for modern life. Now, in this compelling and intellectually, they're stating they're intellectually vibrant exploration of esoteric history and practical spirituality. Historian and occult scholar Mitch Horowitz investigates the Hermetic wisdom, explores its sources and historical controversies, and reveals Hermeticism's authentic meaning and personal uses for contemporary seekers. Contemporary. I would take the time to look up these words for you, but you should look them up yourself. This is the hearsay of the bullshit, the bureaucracy of what we're dealing with today. In the land of lies, where the truth walks on 2 feet. Our mission is to encourage open-minded inquiry into world religions, philosophy, science, and the arts in order to understand the wisdom of the ages. No, those are secret. Did I not read to you George Orwell? Respect the unity of all life, bullshit, and help people explore spiritual self-transformation. That is a cover story for the lies that we deal with. As stated before, George Orwell, 1984. Every record has been destroyed or falsified. Every book rewritten. So what are they fucking researching? Every picture has been repainted, and we know a number of individuals who have stated these claims. I've read about 5 of them. Every statue and street building has been renamed. Every date has been altered, and the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History has stopped. Nothing exists except an endless present in which the party is always right. The party. And then you see the quote on this, which probably got you to come on over. Unless you didn't see it because I was live. And I showed you one of their little stills, and they're using our shit. They're using our shit. Our shit. These motherfuckers, now I'm not going to be polite, are using our shit. What they're attempting to do is find a way to undo who we are and what we've accomplished and done over the millennia. Sanhedrin, my ass. Battle hymn, an old Viking battle hymn would be, some of y'all may have heard this, but it's a little different. Well, let's get it in. Enoch, chapter 43. And I saw other lightnings and the stars of heaven, and I saw how he called them all by their names, and they hearkened unto him. And I saw how they are weighed. Remember, we were talking about before this, in chapter 43, we were talking about wisdom in her place, in her steed. Okay? So again, and I saw how they are weighed. Sounds like something from who? Custodians, Anunnaki. And these are they who judge the stars of heaven, or even Flatlanders. And these are they who judge the stars of heaven. Stars is a misnomer. That's what they use in writing this. And raise their hands against the Most High, and tread upon the earth, and dwell upon it. And all their deeds manifest unrighteousness, and their power rests upon their riches. Who watched that thing, that same channel that Charles Schwab, it's that Hindu guy who was, oh no, was it Schwab or was it another one of his lackeys, who was stating that, oh, actually it was somebody in England, the new king or whatever the fuck you call him, stating how there is somebody richer than all the bodies of government together who will soon speak. I know y'all recall that, right? Sounds like The Last Stand. Anyway, and their power rests upon their riches, and their faith is in the gods which they have made with their hands. And they deny the name of the lights. That's all we're going to say. That's the word I'm going to use for now. And they persecute the houses of his congregations, the houses, and the faithful who hang upon the name of the Chapter 47. And in those days shall have ascended the prayers of the righteous, so they shall lift up, we say, in smoke, and the blood of the righteous from the earth before the of spirits. In those days the holy ones who dwell above in the heavens shall unite with one voice, and supplicate and pray, and praise, and supplicate, and give thanks and bless the name of the spirits, the light of spirits, on behalf of the blood of the righteous which has been shed, and that the prayer of the righteous may not be in vain before the of spirits, that judgment may be done unto them, and that they may not have no suffer forever. Pay attention. In those days I saw the head of days. In those days I saw the head of days, when he seated himself upon the throne of his glory, and the books of the living were opened before him. And all his hosts which is in heaven above and his counselors stood before him. And the hearts of the holy were filled with joy. Weighed, right? Because the number of the righteous had been offered, and the prayer of the righteous had been heard, and the blood of the righteous been required before the Hava of spirits. In chapter 48, and we'll get to the next one. And in that place I saw the fountain of righteousness, which was inexhaustible, and around it were many fountains of wisdom. And all the thirsty drank of them, and were filled with wisdom, and their dwellings were with the righteous and the holy and elect. So what is this? Is this your home? But it's cluttered and dirty. And at that hour, that Son of Man was named in the presence of the Hava of spirits, and his name before the head of days. Yea, before the sun and the signs were created, before the stars of the heaven were made. His name was named before the Hava of spirits. His name was named before the Hava of spirits. He shall be a staff to the righteous, whereon to stay themselves and not fall. and he shall be the light of the Gentiles. Well, we know there's certain individuals who are not from here. There's no way. And the hope of those who are troubled of heart and who dwell on earth shall fall down and worship before him, and will praise and bless and celebrate with song the Hawa of spirits. And for this reason hath he been chosen and hidden before him, before the creation of the world and for evermore. And the wisdom of the Hawa of spirits hath revealed him to the holy and righteous. For he hath preserved the lot of the righteous, because they have hated and despised this world of unrighteousness. Yes. And have hated all its work and ways in the name of the Hawa of spirits. For in his name they are saved, and according to his good plea, sure hath it been in regard to their life. In these days, downcast in countenance, shall the kings of the earth have become. Of the earth. I told you, it is infinite. It is beyond the scope of our understanding. It is not just our place. And have hated all the works which are for in his name they are saved, and according to his good pleasure hath it been in regard to their life. In these days, downcast and continent shall the kings of the earth have become. And the strong who possess the land because of the works of their hands, for on the day of their anguish and affliction they shall not be able to save themselves. So let these mother suckers do what they do. Let them be in their false perception. They are stuck. They are held in their own contempt. Trust me, you can see it. And I will give them over into the hands of mine elect, even these who run around in the alphabet groups, doing what they do, regardless of what they've been enlightened to see, to be given a false belief that they can accomplish their devious thoughts. And I will give them over into the hands of mine elect. As straw in the fire, so shall they burn before the face of the holy. As lead in the water shall they sink before the face of the righteous. So see, it's not some kind of hellfire where people have percept. Sheol is where? And no trace of them shall any more be found. And on the day of their affliction there shall be rest on the earth, and before them they shall fall and not rise again. And there shall be no one to take them with his hands and raise them, for they have denied the Hawa of spirits and his anointed, chosen. The name of the Hawa of spirits be blessed. The name of the Hawa of spirits be blessed. The name. Are we not man and one man? Pick chapter 49 up tomorrow. Now hear this, the custodians of time. Now hear this from me, for it is my final prophecy. The love of most will grow cold, but the one who stands firm to the end will be saved. And this gospel of my kingdom will be preached throughout the whole world as a testimony to all nations. And then the end will come. After what seemed an age of deathly silence, the stranger removed his hospital gown, and the group watched in astonishment as the stranger's injuries, bruises, and scars faded from his body. He smiled, put on his long thebe, and slowly walked out of the room, leaving behind 7 stunned faces. Visions. Let's see if I can read this poem halfway decently. Larger than us mortals, formations in the skies. Let's listen. Larger than us mortals, formations in the skies. 4 horsemen of apocalypse make formations before our eyes. White steed depicting conquest, promise of better day, peacekeeping force, and symbol of horse. Mid-Eastern playgrounds placed to play. In name of peace, strong leaders fall. In name of peace, rogues delay the ball. No goals for deliverance, no celebratory call, Serpent's belly, unseen slither. Hearts wrenched apart from souls, failure to deliver. Slaughter reigns across the lands, dismembered limbs, blood-red sands. Sons of man reduced to flesh, like trapped wild animal caught in mesh. Shells and rifles, distant sound, view from dazed eyes the swirling ground. City siege, food supplies no more. Neither bread nor guidance kept in store. Orchards and vineyards filled with mines, humanity herding towards destruction like gartering swine. Black horse of famine galloping near, inducing panic, hoarding reckless fear. Across this landscape, scant place to draw deep breath, just thickly pale green-hued horse depicting death. Within this revelatory vision before our eyes, can clouds blow away? Suggests that horror could be lies. Can sufficient of us become awake? Show that we care to fix those four equines with a stare, a steady gaze. This will not falter. Allowed to guide those horses by their halter, combine them anew to pull chariots of fire towards place of love, several realms higher. To save our planet, save all of ourselves, write it into the books of wisdom to keep on our shelves. Historical notes. The names of the main characters are purely fictional. Charlie Appleyard, William Bullis, Marcus Thomas, Tricia Hunt, Sidney Hill, Leslie Westbrook, and Conrad Hitcher. Time and tide wait for no man. This expression has existed since at least the 1200s. One of its earliest quotes is from Saint Maher in the year 1225. And I quote, Anti-tide, anti-time. Pat tu aberrun vorscal, beyond ipsilec tide nor time, tarith no man. In his phrase, tide refers to the sea people. Tides are governed by the gravitational pull of the moon and to a lesser extent, the sun, due to the fact as the sun and moon go through their different alignments, the height of the tides is affected by the Earth's gravitational forces. And we know there's no gravity, but just pay attention, which are strengthened when the moon is closest to Earth within its elliptical orbit, and when the sun and moon are directly over the equator. The strongest tides occur when the moon is both new and full. And we know which one is he and her, him or she. The term les chercheurs de prophéties means the researchers of prophecies. And I know I chopped that word up, my apologies. Regarding natural law, Aristotle once said, something is good as long as it fulfills a purpose. Plato did not have an explicit theory of natural law, and he rarely used the phrase. His concept of nature, however, according to John Wilde, contains some of the elements found in many natural law theories. Now, you can look into that yourself and figure it out. The basis of this orderly universe are the forms, most fundamentally the form of the good. Plato describes this as the brightest region of being, light, right? The form of the good is the cause of all things, and when it is seen, it leads a person to act wisely. In the Symposium, good is closely identified with the beautiful. Plato describes how the experience of the beautiful by Socrates enabled him to resist the temptations of wealth and sex. In a republic, the ideal community is a city which would be established in accordance with nature. And the phrase man's inhumanity to man was first quoted in the Robert Burns poem entitled Man Was Made to Mourn, a dirge written in 1784. So inhumanity, inhuman, or hue of a man, which is what, based upon the sanity of man. But in the Deluge, we deal with entitled Man Was Made to Mourn. It is possible that Robbie Burns reworded a similar quote from Samuel von Pufendorf, written 100 years earlier. More inhumanity has been done by man himself than any other of nature's causes. In the Channel Islands were a part of the Duchy of Normandy, and among the possessions William the Conqueror brought with him when he became King of England in 1066. For about 200 years, the islands, along with Normandy and England, were united. Then what did I say about I guess you call it the 11th century, was when all these motherfuckers showed up. With Normandy and England were united, but the islands were administered from Normandy in 1204. King John of England lost Normandy to the King of France. To keep the loyalty of the strategically important Channel Islands, King John decreed that they could continue to be governed according to the laws they were used to. Norman law. Oddly, to the islanders, Queen Elizabeth II is still considered the Duke of Normandy and referred to as our Duke by the local legislator. As a result, a separate system of government was created with the British monarch ruling under this title. Although the systems have changed over time.
Potential spam.
I cursed them. Ruling under this title, that's simple. Although the systems have changed over time, Jersey retains its separate status. It is not part of the European Union, although it has an association. Now remember what I stated here. The names of the main characters are purely fictional. The names. Pay attention when you read. It didn't say story. It said the names of the main characters. Main implying something other. I'm just hoping you guys are following along. Association, a relationship to facilitate trade. Remember, we're under the barter system, people. We always have been. It is not subject to the laws of the UK Parliament, but UK currency is legal tender today, like Gibraltar. It depends upon the UK Armed Forces for Defense. The official languages are English and French, but there is a local patois that blends them both. You know, like Creole, they claim and profess. The accounts relating to Alaska and Russia, the Dutch discovers Australia. The relationship between King Richard and Saladin, plus Austria's drunken stupidity and killing their own men, are all true. Dürnstein Castle is known as the place where King Richard of England was injured and imprisoned after being captured near Vienna by Duke Leopold V of Austria. When he attempted to return home to England from the Holy Land, King Richard was incarcerated there from December 1192 until his extradition to the Emperor Henry VI in March the following year. This is 1192, so pay attention. I'm not even going to show a picture of these sons of bitches because they're frauds. Saladin was the first to hold the title of custodian of the two holy mosques. Jesus' name in Hebrew was Yahshua, pronounced Yahshua, which over time became shortened to Yeshua, pronounced Yeshua. Yeshua and Yeshua have similar meanings, both signifying the Lord is salvation. In the Greek New Covenant, the word used for Jesus was Isus, pronounced Iasu. Then the pen, being mightier than a sword, is a metonymic adage, penned by the English playwright Edward Bulwer-Lytton in 1839. It means that communication, particularly the written language, administrative power, or advocacy of an independent press is more effective tools than direct violence. Described as the magistrate of history, Lord Acton was one of the great personalities of the 19th century and is universally considered to be one of the most learned Englishmen of his time. And Abraham Lincoln once said, "Any man can stand adversity, but if you really want to test his character, give him power." And they fell all the time. Aung San Suu Kyi once said, "It is not power that corrupts, but fear. Fear of losing power corrupts." And we see that today. Those who wield it and fear of the scourge of power corrupts those who are subject to it. Finally, Stephen Hawking once said, "Look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see and wonder about what makes the universe exist. You're in between. It's you. Is it credible when considering Moses and Akhenaten's life? How closely their lives overlap? Moses and the Pharaoh Akhenaten angered many of his subjects by replacing the traditional Egyptian pantheon with the worship of Aten. He was forced to abdicate the throne and retreated into exile in Sinai with his Egyptian and Hebrew supporters. He died a lonely man, probably at the hands of Seti. Egyptian components in the monotheism preached by Moses, as well as his use of both Egyptian royal and Egyptian religious expressions, show that even the Ten Commandments betray the direct influence as recorded in the Egyptian Book of the Dead, attributed to the writings of Thoth. The commandments have been attributed to both the Egyptian and the Christian laws. Excuse me. Today's scholars conclude that Moses was highly likely to have been of royal Egyptian birth, and the custodians remark prior to him revealing the 27 Egyptian transgressions are true, as is the quotation from chapter 4 of the book of Revelations. We went over that. Based on Egyptology, from a well-respected source, namely the writer Ahmed Osman, concludes that Moses was the name for the Pharaoh Akhenaten. After he left Egypt, Thebes, and resided in Sinai as Akhenaten, was later ostracized by a re-empowered Ramses II, the real identity of Moses became hidden. Ptolemy stated that Moses was a pharaoh with imaginary attributes. According to Abrahamic religions, Moses, besides being a significant prophet, was a great leader of men. However, various scholars view him as a legendary figure, rather than a real historical person. If he was a real person, his name may have evolved via the Hebrew Mashel, or from the Egyptian Mes. Sounds like Messel to me, Messel. It was never my intention, to create diversity among those who believe that the Bible is true in every account. It is, after all, a compendium of stories handed down through the ages. In those early days of biblical archaeology, there was certainly a lot of optimism that science would verify the existence of Moses by proving the great migration of people from Egypt to Canaan. This premature optimism was dashed by the stark reality of subsequent evacuations, who was to state that Egypt wasn't our so-called South America and we migrated up north. The Israeli archaeologist Israel Frankenstein, which it all points to, and Neil Asher Silberman dispelled any illusion that their digs have verified the story of the Exodus. Finkelstein and Silberman. The process that they described is in fact the opposite of what we have in the Bible. The emergence of an Israeli community was an outcome of the collapse of the Canaanite culture and not its cause. Gadarene was an ancient city in the Middle East, southeast of the Sea of Galilee, one of the Greek cities of the Decapolis. It is described in the Bible as the place where Jesus cast demons out of a man and into a herd of swine, which then threw themselves into the sea. The Egyptian name Mes simply means son. Finally, there is a passage of Judges 19:25-29 describing a deceived man cutting his concubine into pieces, limb by limb, into 12 parts, and sent them to every region of Israel. Could this reflect on the murder of Osiris? But of that day and that hour no man knoweth, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but only the Father. Mark 13:32. The end will come when mankind has been sufficiently warned by a global proclamation of my kingdom, a world government that will replace human rulership. Daniel 7:13-14. The final prophecy has noted by Thoth, as from Matthew 24:12-14. Spell 125 from the Book of the Dead, attributed to Thoth, describes the judging of the heart of the deceased by the god Osiris in the hall of truth. This is one of the best known images from ancient Egypt, even though the god with the scales is never actually described in the text, as it was vital that the soul pass the test of the weighing of the heart in order to gain paradise, knowing what to say and how to act before Osiris. Thought, Anubis, and the 42 judges were considered the most important information that the deceased could have. Y'all know this picture. They showed it in movies and everything else. Now, I'm going to clarify something. And I believe if I was still talking with Chief Langley's so sell that ass, he would confirm this. You know, he's all into that DNA bullshit. And that's Osiris is the god of fertility, agriculture, the afterlife, the dead, resurrection, life, and vegetation. In the ancient Egyptian religion, he was classically depicted as a green-skinned deity with a pharaoh's beard, partially mummified legs, wearing a distinctive crown and holding a symbolic crook. Like I told you, we weren't this shade. Just like when I came into this world, I came in pretty damn green, my grandma said. Now, let's clarify something. King James, fleeing from the murder as he had found out in the 1500s, came here, was here from 5 to 7 years. There was no written Bible anywhere. Nothing. Well, he went back home to Edinburgh, Scotland. Everybody thought he was in England, right? That's what they taught you. See the lies? And he murdered him. Dead and bloated. You know that English song? Yeah, all right. Anyway, 65 to 70 years later, they come back to this soil. We've been fighting motherfuckers and warring and shit destroyed. And all of a sudden they got this damn bibliography. Because he wrote about us. How people knew they were going to fall. When? They didn't know. They just knew. And they were still giants. And as you've seen over the last few hundred years, well, 400 or 500 years, we have all been dealing with so many reversals and so many lies put forth. And who's been doing it? They still want people to believe in gravity. We got to remember the person that wrote this. All right? Robbie Cottrell. And we know that it's our history. As Chief Langley even admitted to, that even in his findings of genealogy, going way back, Egyptians and the indigenous people of this land were one. Go and see if he talks about it. If you have his phone number, I have his phone number. If you have his phone number, call him. Reach out to him on Facebook. I guess he's got that bullshit clap group. And you ask him. Because he's been pushing this narrative. I think my brother Westside Kool-Aid did something on him. Some of y'all know me from back in there. Me and him, I used to chat with him all the time. And then one day he was just tired of fucking telling people who they are. He's like, fuck them. If they want to be niggas from Africa, I want to make them from Africa. And he did that. And I stopped messing with him. Because I saw his cowardice. Okay. Now we get into Flatlanders. Ritual. Sneeze. Ritual reverential circumambulation. Ritual reverential circumambulation, like that of the Muslims around Kaaba, is a practice found in many cultures throughout history. Hindus in India plant sacred tulsi shrubs in their courtyards with ample space around for reverential circumambulation, known as domestic pradakshina. I've heard that word before. Pradakshina, some shit like that. Excuse me for chopping up the word. They repeat this perambulation 108 times while reciting the 108 names of Vishnu, keeping the right shoulder turned towards the plant. Hare Krishna thing, I think. Mimicking the revolution of the celestial bodies around Polaris. Similarly, at Vishnu temples, devotees walk circles around the outside either 7 or 108 times, always keeping their right shoulder towards it. Buddhists in Sri Lanka circumambulate the Goba shrines. The same way, the sacred Adi Granth, the Sikh Bible, is kept at the golden temple of Amritsar, where devotees perform ritual reverential circumambulation around the sanctuary that houses the book 3, 5, or 7 times. Christian bishop, when consecrating a church, make 3 circuits around the building, sprinkling holy water, and priests perambulate the altar, incensing it while reciting a prayer which includes mention of this circle of worship. Circumdato alter tum domini. Circumdato alter tum domini. They're using it for the wrong reasons, though. Several initiation rituals of the Freemasons include circumambulation around central place shrines. The string of lights around, so it's all become perverted, around a Christmas tree topped with a star is another example of this tradition, mimicking the luminaries revolving around Polaris and the reason a godlike figure, Santa Claus, resides at the North Pole. And we used to put all the little silver shit, we used to walk from the right to the left, hanging up little tassels, all the little, silver and the gold, and yes, we sure did. Some crazy shit. And then there is the old Highlander ceremony of going this year, sunwise, around chapels, houses, people and cattle, now done for luck, but preserving, for us, a lingering trace of the worship practiced by the ancestors. It is also done round graves, and it was a common custom to turn oneself around to the right at the beginning and end of journeys for luck, as well as at weddings. And on other occasions, the turn round 3 times and catch who you may of children's games will here occur to anyone, and the catching may hang on to the practice of securing a victim for human sacrifice, pointed to in the Welsh stampede. After the quenching of the Halloween bonfires, to the cry of the Cuddy Black Saw, catch the hindmost, just our own devil take the hindmost, to turn the reverse way, to the left, still well known in Scotland by the expressive term wither shins. It's evil and unlucky. Witches dance that way, and it is like the Bible upside down. John O'Neill, Night of the Gods, Volume 2. I might buy that. I gotta turn the stove off. Hold on, people. Oh, perfect. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This man ain't have no baby and shit. Oh my goodness. Oh, y'all gotta see this. I'm sorry, man. I'm y'all, man. I got to get this, man. Y'all sit your ass right there and wait. Oh, you ain't got to. Woo! Boy, you talking about some good eating, boy. Got dog, boy, got dog. You wanna talk about some good eating? Y'all don't know nothing about that, huh? When it comes to the veggie curry, boy. Oh, y'all don't know about that, boy. I don't know about that, boy. Okay, let me finish. My apologies. You don't know about that, boy. Ring around the posies, ashes, off. Anyway. The Lap or Sami people of Scandinavia tell a folk tale about a man who disappeared in the wintertime. His wife tracked him to the snow, finding that he had walked repeatedly in circles around a bush, and that after several circuits around the bush, his human footsteps suddenly turned into bear tracks. She then repeatedly circumambulated the bush herself and magically transformed into a bear as well. When she finally found her husband in a nearby cave, he was sorrowful and lamented that now he was prophesied to be murdered by his own son. but warned her that if she jumped into his empty skin as soon as he was flayed, she would and did magically recover her human form. This folktale preserves the tradition of Polish stellar Ursa Major, great bear worship, and the perambulation of a sacred tree in the far north. Bunch of pure bullshit. And the Dance of the Stars. Okay. And the Dance of the Stars was an ancient classic idea in Greece and Rome. Plato spoke of the turnings and dances of the stars. Menelaus too used the words signorum chorus, which are to be understood as the dance of the signs or constellations, and which is like the Zoroastrians, calling the Great Bear the leader of the stars in the north. The word chorus seems originally to have meant a round dance. According to Aratos, the two other stars next to Polaris in the Little Bear's Tale were called the Dancers. John O'Neill, Night of the Gods, Volume 2. I'm going to look into that book. I'm going to look into that damn book, y'all. Somebody earlier donated $30, $20, so I'll see it. It's about 16 or something. I'll go ahead and purchase it. I'll look after I read this part right here, then I'll go right over there and check it out. So we read chapter 5, the ship of repentance ones, right? And today we're doing the dark membrane, information behind the great dome. Okay. Oh, shit. We got to read that one. My apologies. The ship of repentant ones. That's what we read. The portal hidden on Mars. Oh, if we read it, we're going to read it again because this is about over. There's a portal that was shown to the first humans who set foot on the lands of Mars. At least humans of the past reset. The portal was old and had ceased to be used, but nevertheless, they believed it was still dangerous to manipulate it. For that reason, it was shown to humans as a learning to stay away from the forces that surrounded it. In fact, if humans were kept at a relatively close distance, it generated several health problems, exhaustion, dizziness, and other symptoms that also forced them to stay away from it. But according to the writings of the custodians, this distance was not always respected, and the following happened. The following writing was incorporated into our history files and modified for your understanding. Some parts are verbatim, but the complete file is stored separately. There are thousands of interconnecting portals that transfer matter from one side to the other, but many of them are old and obsolete. Unfortunately, it is common for some beings to find them and try to use them and end up in the worst way. There are reported cases of beings that have disappeared or were even found in distant continents with great health problems, or where they are no longer the same. You've seen it throughout movies. You've seen it all kind of stuff. You've seen people pop up on streets and videos, and people want to sit there and debunk them. It's easy to debunk them in the world we live in, especially when we've been steeped in lies and no recurrence or notion of real history anywhere. So is it plausible? I think it's feasible. Chapter 7. The dark membrane. This motherfucker's always moving when I'm reading. I'm going to check his ass. Dark membrane, information behind the Great Dome. Because I will break him in half. From 1082, custodians report, in the year of the reorganization of some colonies, in the 7th period of the first land membrane. Listen to this. In the year of the reorganization of some colonies, in the 7th period of the first land membrane, ARB 204 Mars lands. Oh, that's my boy. I just noticed. The natives of the colony, second membrane, ARB 201 known lands of the 6th period, and others formed the lands themselves, penetrated the forbidden forest on the shores of Samaria, breaking the first treaty carried out by the leaders as a whole. While the P-88 portal gate had been discontinued for the reasons explained above, referring to the disappearance of personnel between matter transfer, finding no reference point, losing all communication with whereabouts unknown to date, human beings, V stem cells were found in cities of ARB-013 Anunnaki lands, wandering in a neutralized form, robotic, aimless, mechanized. The same were detained outside the temple, that's like a zombie, temple in Ube, and their subsequent transfer for investigation, it was observed high oxidative stress, HOS, that derived to other degenerative processes in vital organs. The material was kept for the process of exhaustive studies, since this could somehow give us an answer about the missing personnel and previous transfer processes. We also put on record the contribution requested to the H1 Orion race, Greys, that had the important genetic material of humans of the 5th and 6th generation of the same periods in order to be able to establish fundamental parameters in their studies. The result of the whereabouts of our personnel in conjunction with the Anunnaki race is still unknown, and we have not detected differential matter inside the Great Dome nor in the surrounding areas of the dark membrane. Possible lands outside the Great Dome? We will continue to add to this form of information relevant to the personnel and equipment lost in transfers, as well as what occupies the dark membrane, which can clarify and understand the communications that have been carried out in various processes of research and exploration in the surrounding areas. We have found several references to the dark membrane and all the information gathered by the trustees of what can be found in a possible crossing of the Great Dome. We will be adding relevant information about this in the following chapters. So, that's the end of this book. And there's websites and everything. And I told you about YouTube channel and, Instagram and all that. So, that's done. That means that one's done. This one's almost done. And we can finish off with Enoch, Atlantis, and get into 2 other books that are going to bring everything a little more. And I think that does quite a bit, because as you can see in every book, you see cross references of information. And I keep telling you, there's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun. And isn't it funny how sun don't mean him? It's the mother, the mama, and the moon is pops. Nighttime. I'm just saying, as far as the energy, what feeds, what nurtures. I mean, if I could have 5 women who are milking all the time, I wouldn't need no food or nothing. I'd be sucking on breasts all damn day. I'd probably live beyond the scope of truth. And any baby born would be born right in here by them 4 or 5, and they would, would stay connected. I'd be growing everything in here. It wouldn't even be furniture. Everything would be natural. It would be, man, they want to drop a bomb. We'd probably be able to stop that. But I'm just saying, if you know better, you do better, right? So who all popped in? Let me give some shout outs. Rondo, what's going on? But that's what's up, though. Mama Red, you in there too. What's happening, Mama? American Niji, peace and love to you too. Beautiful. So nobody else commented, huh? Wow. I appreciate everybody sticking in and watching. For those who stayed around, I appreciate y'all. And the readings are going to go on and on and on. I'm going to look for that book. I'm not going to do it right here in front of y'all. And I'm going to go ahead. Again, I appreciate the 20. The other day was 30 and 33 from Miss what's name? I've already shouted out everybody else, so books are on their way. Matter of fact, I'm supposed to have some books there today, so I'm supposed to go over to the library. Over to Witch Club, but it's all going on 4 o'clock. So I'll probably have to pick it up tomorrow. I might ride over there and pick up the little yellow thing, and it might have dropped the key. It might be in the box. If that's the case, then I will definitely come back on and be like, "Hey, check it out, what I got." But I have tons of books, and we got a lot we gotta go through. And I'm still going to do the Exposing the Expeditions of 1851, 1915, and Tartaria, and I've got a few of those books. I'm actually still making a decision on which one I'm going to read. I read them all, excuse me. And excellent. I actually had to leave a note for the individual who put this together, even though it's new, you know. But you know how I don't want a lot of people want props when there's a lot of us who've been talking about this since the goddamn 70s, like 78. I was in middle school talking about this shit. Hell, in elementary talking about tortivity. You know, so these are the books that I would go to the library and read. I love drawing. I love the way the buildings that I remember seeing that really don't stand. Remember I told you it was a train trestle that where I lived up in Mount Cliff? This thing went up. It was high up there, y'all. I mean high. It wasn't like low. And when the military came back and it was all gone. It was there all through my school years, going back and forth, this, that, another, down south, up north. It was this big train station that went up over everything. But it was removed. There was no more. Where did it go? I don't know. But it was old world shit, y'all. I ain't talking about 1920, 1940. I'm talking about this was old world stuff. This trestle went it probably went clearly to Newark. I don't know. It was humongous. The beams were like, the way it was built, it was different. And you know them peckerwoods, they got rid of it. And most people are very ignorant to it. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of it. Let me see. Maybe, hey, little man. He's like waving. That's my little dude. Let me see if I can pull up a picture. Yo. All right, are they gonna show the motherfucker? Because that's not it. I put it in, they're showing some old shit, but they're not showing the old raised platform. If I scroll down, it should have been right there at the top. That's the Patterson station. Was that what it's called? What was it called? Walnut Street train station. Check this out. Now this is part. Oh, I gotta save this. When I tell you these motherfuckers didn't build this shit. Hold on now. Keep, motherfucker. Where's the raised one? Where's the... No, dude. Hell no. Where's it at? I think they're trying to hide the shit, y'all. We're talking about some ancient shit, man. Excuse my language. Told y'all to tell me, Red, you cussing too much. Keep me in check. Doing my thing to not do that. Oh, man, what's going on? What is this it? No, this is the New York City. This is not. Why are they doing that? They showing that crap. Hold on, man. Old Bloomfield Avenue. I hope y'all be patient with me, man. I know exactly what I'm looking for because I remember exactly what it looked like. Wow, they really trying their best. They're trying their best to hide the motherfucker. It was high, man. It was up there, bro. And it's not because I was small. It was up there. It was. We used to run around up under the damn thing, dude. That's not it. Dude, all right, I found that one. Is that it? Is that it? No, that's not it. That's my touch in New Jersey. When I show you this stuff I'm about to show you, man, you're going to be like, wait a minute, okay? Some buildings still stand. They've kind of changed them a little bit, but they didn't build shit. Okay. Lackawanna train station. This is part of it. They're not showing the other side. Now I'm gonna show you this stuff, okay? I'm gonna show you this. All right, and they didn't build this shit at all. All right, the terminal. Where's the raised part at? All right, I'm gonna show you this. And this is what it looked like when I was a little jet. So, and you know this hadn't been used in a very, very long time. All right, where's the raised platform? All right, that's not the one that went over Grove and all that. This thing was huge. All right, I got one. I found one. And when you see underneath, you're gonna see that all the buildings are old. These buildings, they've changed them, incorporated them, but they're not the same no more, y'all. When I say Tartaria, that I've been doing this all my life, I'm not playing. All right? All right. This is the Lackawanna Plaza I remember. When I was a kid playing back in the 70s, early 70s, 60s, this is what it looked like. Now that's not the whole thing. That's far from it. This is the part that's still used today, right? But this is old world buildings. They changed the face of it. And this is, I think, in the 1960s, that picture. This one right here, this is another part that was on the other side. And it's still used today, but for something else. I think somebody, that was a train station. Somebody made it a home or something. Here we go. You think I'm kidding? They're not showing you the raised part. It was big. It was a big thing. Look at this. Let me see if I can. Oh, look at this. It's like a city on top of the. It's up. Everything is raised. You think them motherfuckers just showed up all of a sudden and built that? Underground Railroad was mostly Negroes running it. I discussed that, giving names and everything of all these brothers and sisters. Why would we be the ones running the Underground Railroad if they supposedly built it? I keep telling y'all, George Orwell made the statement. I read it to you. Everybody, who writes the history, the so-called victors, and victors ain't always. A lot of them aren't even combatants. You know, they're full of bullshit artists is what they are. It's pretty cool, right? Anybody else pop up? So anyway, I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm about to eat this thing. Let me see. Let me make sure it ain't too hot. No salt. No salt. Let me see. Oh, this is, man, y'all don't know, man. When it comes to good eating, let me see. Make you want to reach out and touch somebody. Make me want to smack somebody's mama. I'll smack somebody's daddy right now, wouldn't it? Oh my goodness. Let me run out, check my mail, come back. I gotta put that in the mic. Well, I gotta sit down and eat that. I mean, that's too good, ain't good. But I appreciate everybody stopping in, allowing me to use up a little bit at a time and read. My apologies that it takes over an hour, but I'm going through 4 books and I want to pretty much keep it in where you guys are paying attention and you're picking up on key things. I can't point out everything. It's not for me to do that. The more you listen, the more you, oh man, is that a bullhead? These workers are bringing these damn bullheads. This is what I don't like these on the res, man. That thing hurt the damn feet, man. Man. Mother suckers, bringing them damn things over here. We don't have bullheads on this part of town. That's on the res. Sons of bastards. They probably running out there to do no good things and smoke meth or something. I don't know, man. That sucks. Let me stop talking bad about people. Anyway, I appreciate everybody coming in. Love y'all. ladies and gentlemen, let me run out here and see if I got some books or some mail, period. And I'm gonna put this in the microwave because I'm about to burn this up. I want to be able to sit back. I want to put on probably the Golden Circle or something. Indiana Jones maybe, and just sit back and eat this shit. Because that movie was pathetic, y'all. I already gave my little bow on it. Pathetic. His last name is Hector. But look, I told you about Arab Mexicans. I told you about there's all kinds. Mestizos are our relatives. That's all you need to fucking know. Y'all have a grand day.